Horrifying footage from Catalonia shows Spanish riot cops brutally hitting firefighters with batons after they tried to form a human shield around independence protesters. The fire officers were wearing their uniforms when police turned their weapons on them in clashes that have left nearly 800 people injured. The violence comes as Catalonia, including Barcelona, holds a referendum over its independence from the rest of Spain. The government in Madrid says the vote is illegal, and 92 polling stations had been closed by police by 3 p.m., but this didn't stop thousands of independent supporters taking to the streets. Police in full-body armor were filmed battering protesters, leaving elderly voters cowering in fear on the floor, as well storming into polling stations and seizing ballot boxes. Rubber bullets were also fired into the crowds by police. The firefighters were clubbed by the police as they tried to protect the crowd's image. http www.independent.co.uk Newsworld Europe Catalonia Independence referendum vota protests Barcelona Madrid POL ICDGUARDIACIVIL A7,976,556.html A riot cop screams into a fire officer's face image. http www.independent.co.uk Newsworld Europe Catalonia Independence referendum vota protests Barcelona Madrid POL ICDGUARDIACIVIL A7,976,556.html The clashes have left 761 people injured, including a dozen police officers. 3 people have been arrested, including a young girl, for disobedience and assault, the Spanish Interior Ministry said. Ada Colau, the mayor of Barcelona, said as mayor of Barcelona, I demand an immediate end to police charges against the defenseless population. But Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy, who opposed the referendum, praised the police's firmness and serenity and declared any result illegal. The firefighters formed a line between police and the demonstrators' image. http www.independent.co.uk Newsworld Europe Catalonia Independence referendum vota protests Barcelona Madrid POL ICEGUARDIACIVIL A7,976,556.html With their arms outstretched, the fire crew built a wall in an attempt to end the violence. Image AFP Thousands took to the streets of Barcelona and surrounding areas as the voting began. Image Rex Shutterstock. Meanwhile, Catalonia's High Court said courts in the region had received several complaints over the local police's failure to close some polling stations despite orders to enforce a judicial ban on the referendum. The court said in a statement that the complaints were against the Catalan police, known as the Mossos, for inactivity at polling stations that had been illegally opened for voting. Police clear the entrance of one polling station, dragging a voter by his legs. Image AFP The protesters want to see Catalonia become an independent state from Spain. Image Rex Shutterstock. The court said it had asked the Mossos for more information about the complaints. Videos have emerged of elderly voters cowering on the floor, some with cuts to their heads and clothing covered in blood. Police officers were filmed preventing voters from entering polling stations, even seizing ballot papers and boxes. National police and Spain's civil guard were sent to disperse the crowds. Image Rex Shutterstock. A demonstrator is dragged out of a polling station. Image Reuters. Catalan President Carles Puigdemont first announced plans for the referendum back in June. But the plans were quickly branded illegal, and even King Felipe V declared Spain will prevail over any attempt to break the country in two. However, Mr. Puigdemont claims the vote will be binding, and if a majority vote yes, he will start the process immediately of breaking away from Spain. Spanish police push voters with a shield outside a station. Image AFP A woman sits injured on a staircase as another person covers her head partially with a cloth in Barcelona. Image Reuters. Some in Catalonia see themselves as separate from Spain as the region has its own language, literature and culture. The country was an independent kingdom until 1715, when it came under the direct control of Madrid, and the Catalan language was declared illegal. It was briefly granted limited autonomy in the 1930s, but after General Franco won the Civil War, he seized back control to Madrid and suppressed the Catalan language, Catalan names and even the national dance. A UK Foreign Office spokeswoman said the referendum is a matter for the Spanish government and people. We want to see Spanish law and the Spanish Constitution respected and the rule of law upheld. Spain is a close ally and a good friend, whose strength and unity matters to us.